If he doesn't have a great start to this game, then he will not have the tempo to keep up with this. So Navi, they need something.
Yeah, this is good.
The
Much
conquer.
better from Navi. They've got the tempo controller that plays up with the mag, gives them decent team fight as well. So although their team fight is still really strong, it's not over the top. It feels like because they still have some catch with the magical conquer as well. Lanes up really well against the Visage because of the huge base damage difference. Much better draft from Navi than in game 1 to finish off.
Yep. I mean, it's not going to completely stomp the Visage out of lane. Oh, this is hype as hell. This is really cool. So Sanking used to really dominate these kind of short-range mid-heroes with Caustic Finale. Now, I haven't seen this since they changed it so that Caustic Finale doesn't trigger on denies anymore. So this is going to be super interesting, but with Sandstorm now available as a different spell, this, I don't... Basically, I don't know, but I'm excited to find out.
Yeah, I mean, this Magnus should do okay against the Visage in the top lane, though.
He's actually starting with Sandstorm. Sorry.
Yeah, I mean, this is fine, though. You just want to push the lane in.
Oh, no,
it's not magical from securing all the CS.
But he did just get 3 denies.
Exactly. I'm surprised he didn't go for the Caustic first, actually, but I think the Sandstorm's fine.
Yeah. Meanwhile, maybe catch the Conquer if you're lucky. But
the thing is, when your lane goes as badly as something like a Sanking, you can try and look to, maybe look to get some rotations to try and make up for your lack of CS, but they don't have an active rune ward.
They put down the sentry. This is actually quite smart. And they'll finish him off. And there's your first blood coming at 7 minutes and 10 seconds. That is an awfully late first blood.
Always nice.
I
don't know. Here comes the Kunka, though. He TP's in.
Oh, God. This is terrifying, Naive. They're going to make short work of him. It's magical with this haste rune flying forward.
He's chasing the wisp.
Zayats are going to get you. Oh no, the haste rune, it's got a while left still. Oh my god, this guy's just chunking him down. Double braces. Hello. Whoop! The long jump, but he's just refreshed. Arcane Curse manages to dodge the stat, but doesn't quite survive the very last tick of Arcane Curse. But now they're turning it around onto the Conquer with the Rocket Barrage. They might be able to finish off Magical here. Nice Torrent, but it's not enough. Slayer finds a kill on the Lich. And no Pangolier, they aren't numbered. Are those? They're actually going to leave the rune alone because the creeps are coming in and just wrecking Seneko. Meanwhile, Magical calls down a boat onto Slayer, but Zayats comes in. The terrifying Io Lich combo going to scare them off. Although Chuvash comes in from the sides. Meanwhile, Blizzy actually rams Zayats into the Bramble Maze and gets that kill. Now they'll drag Lich back, although a little bit of a blunder with the Torrent there. Slayer doesn't really know what to do with himself. He's trying to juke around the pit, and the slam comes in. Thank you, sir. I think Slayer was meant to do in that as well.
And Blizzy's like, don't worry, mate, I'll come in. I'll give you the clap, deny. That's okay. It's a nice sign.
Yeah, I don't think he used it on the Visage at all, really. Well, they're smoked up on No Pangolier, Sailor and Slayer. 2 very similar named people looking for a kill here. They might find Seneko. Ice Blast going to come out. The birds coming in to help out as well. They're actually going to drop the Frost Shield on the birds. What is this? Seneko should get torn apart here, though. The TP's coming in thick and fast. Seneko trying to keep himself alive with the Shrine as well. Maybe it's not as OP as we think as Slayer gets taken down, and Sailor as well gonna follow suit. Not a successful gank, I think.
Bird here as well.
Yeah, 100 gold for Crystallize.
That's both the birds dying, I think.
Irresponsible parenting. And Navi, they're not done though. They get popping up the epicenter in the bottom lane, but there's a global silence to cancel it as well. Magical throws down the ship, and that is going to make him nice and tanky and take a lot of health off Ghost Stick. But Solar still leading the charge. The drums as well. Blizzy comes in. He's got an RP if they want to turn this one around. He's going to turn it back. Goes for the RP. Only gets the Visage inside of it. The Magical turns around, try and get the damage. And then comes the Barrow Strike from beside. They're still trying to do a lot of damage, but they just can't output enough to finish off anybody. Finally, Magical is going to drop. Zayats gets low. They're looking for Crystallize now as well, who has turned into a Sand King. Barrow Strike comes out, but there's a fear. Lands onto the Gyrocopter. That's a lot of their damage gone. Ghostic will now have to do it by himself. He's got another Barrow Strike in 5 seconds. Crystallize. He does not have the mana to go for this waveform. Ghostic looking into the trees. Lands a Barrow Strike. Where's the rest of the team? They're coming in. There's a buyback. Conquer immediately TPing into this one. Is this enough to scare them away? He gets the X marks onto Naive here. He's going to use it. Meanwhile, Chuvash comes in. That goes the fairy, and they will be able to bring him down. No, they won't. They're actually going to live, but the boat comes through. Is it enough? Yes, it is, as they come through with the cleave as well. Meanwhile, Ghostic, Barrow Strike in the backlines, Magical held down. It's Blizzy in the front. He's got no RP. He used it earlier. Looks like they should be able to catch Ghost Stick here as they get another one. Navi turning this fight around with a buyback on the Kunker, but it seems to me like it was worth it as they take down the Gyrocopter and the Sand King. And now Navi will look to push down this bottom lane and take the tower, which they originally came for. Zayats is on really low HP, actually. He's been holding off on using this bottle, so if he just goes near the Kunker, he probably just dies to a cleave.
Yeah, this is good though from Navi. They just fight around the Roche pit instead. They saw the Gyro Wisp moving to the right-hand side in the bottom half of the map. Take this one relatively safely.
Yep, this Roche should be going down. Easy Aegis.
Feels like no Pango, they just want to try and take this bottom tier one in response instead. Don't think they can fight the Roche pit. Get whatever you can off the map. But Navi might look to try and defend it, but it's a little difficult. But maybe just push tier 2 mid instead for Navi. Top tier 2 instead. Navi, with the other 3 heroes, going towards the bot lane then, see if they can pick off a straggler.
As he picks up the haste rune. Oh, stragglers! The RP comes out onto 2. Gyrocopter and Io held down together. They only skewer back the Io, and now actually Naive turns around, fighting these 2 up. Crystallized, though, he's going to come in, chew in the backlines as well, flies into this fight. There is going to be an echo from, an epicenter from Ghost Stick, and he runs through too. So Neko and Chuvash both so low, but he still gets out the silence. Now, Crystallized chasing forwards, looking for Naive here. Naive goes around the corner. Zayat's back into this game and going to heal up his Gyrocopter. They know how important he is. Meanwhile, Ghost Stick brought back into the fray. And Crystallized finds a double kill. Navi take another fight. It was nearly beautiful. It was nearly the perfect epicenter to turn that fight around, but unfortunately, just didn't pay off in the end. Quick, fight before it gets here.
This Aegis only has a minute left, and I think they really want to utilize it now. So
yeah.
Can't really afford to wait much longer.
Yeah, it'll be here, either mid-fight or whatever. I mean, if no Pango knew it was coming, then I'm sure it'd make a play. Yeah, nice little guess from Blizzy, but Ghost Stick is in the furthest possible point of that.
Top lane, though.
So if they found it is the Gyrocopter who's forced to pop this BKB, and they're just going to RP him up and keep it still. Meanwhile, Zayas goes down to the back lines, and Gyrocopter will follow. There's no buyback on this Io this time around. There is one on the Gyrocopter. And, well, Aegis running out in 20 seconds. Crystallized can just run forwards with it right now.
Here comes the Crimson as well. But he just picked that one up, so they can afford to charge up to the high ground here.
Up they go. X marks used onto Sailor. Now the Chain Frost coming through, but it actually links through onto the backlines and will just dissipate. Now, well, Burrow Strike onto 2 with the epicenter as well, but there comes a Fierce forcing them back, and down goes Sailor, and down goes one of the birds as well, only one left. And that's not going to do a whole lot as Naive comes forwards. Crystallized just taking it onto the front lines here. He doesn't have an Aegis anymore, but he doesn't need one. He's got a BKB as he forces back Naive. Solo HP on this Gyrocopter now. He gets X marked. The Fear comes out. That's fairly big from the Lich, but it's not enough to finish off Crystallized. Just about surviving through that. Ooh, Sinister Gaze. Good spell versus a Morphling, but not enough to bring them down. But it looks like it's just going to be enough to repel Navi from their base. So
making sure
Naive is very far forward here.
They're just trying to make sure no Pango can't leave their base, so. It's such a good morph game as well. Turn into the Gyro, turn into the Sand King for the stun.
Yeah, the options are well and truly open. I have Scaddy also on this Morphling. Blizzy jumps in for the RP, bringing back the Visage this time, and now he's going to get brought down pretty damn quickly here, though the Frost Shield doing a lot to keep him alive, and look at that epicenter coming through. It's just a stun. Blizzy dropping low, Saneko as well, not surviving. Naive getting off a lot of damage, but also taking a lot of damage. Crystallized comes in up onto the high ground. They finish off that Gyrocopter, and Crystallized gets a double kill. It was nearly beautiful from No Pangolier, but they call GG on this one. They know that it's over. They've got nothing left in the tank, and Navi finally find a valuable win in this best of 5 series.
Naive charges into the fight and says, look how much damage I can do with my flat cannon. Crystallized says, hold my beer.
Yeah.
Turns into the Gyro himself. Gets the Batrider. Batrider dominates that matchup as well.
10 seconds.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. No, this is a fantastic Batrider game. Very looking forward to seeing this hero being shown off by Ghost Stick. No longer in that mid lane position, thank God. No offense, but that did not feel good.
My only worry with the no Pango side at the moment is they don't really have any burst to be able to kill this Morphling. It's not going to be an easy kill. Feels like they have to try and dominate their lanes, which they did in game 1 and 2. Try and push forward with the early tempo again. Magical gets his TA this game. Got banned out last in game 1, 2, and 3, I think.
Yeah, not the best TA game in the world, but Magical's really confident on this hero, so should be okay.
You're just so decisive. Well, as well, they're just trading hits again.
Yep, I mean, this should favour the Slark with this single point. Ooh, misses the jump in. He's actually going to turn around with the Dart Pack, but Chuvash dropping so low. Zayats will come in with the last click to bring down Chu and draw them first blood. And that should be the game for No Pangolier.
It feels like he's not really having a game at all. He's trying to rotate around the map to play around with this ult form, but I don't know. Lane's not gone too well for him.
Meanwhile, Crystallize watches them pushing up in the top lane. He actually went for the Void Stone first out of the Lincoln Sphere.
Always nice to have mana.
Yep, I do like the Lincolns though. Pick up very, very good against that lasso, against the Dragon Tail. You know, plenty of things. And both of those heroes don't have anything to pop the Lincolns with. DK and oh, top lane actually going in. A big team fight comes out as Zayats is blown apart, and Dragon Knight just kept still by the Fiend's grip as well. Sailor not getting away from this one as 4 heroes of Navi surround him and bring him down. And that is going to be a big loss for No Pangolier in the top lane. And this has been a bit of a recurring theme of this game. And she actually goes, what was that? Okay.
Something scratched me.
Yeah. So weird. Oh, looks like they're going to go for this Bane in the middle lane. They've got the silence up. The Stampede going to keep Snako away. Now he can turn this one around as he pulls out the Nightmare onto the Batrider. Batrider trying to make it to the low ground, but there's so much damage coming out. Soulbind is onto 2, you're right. Templar Assassin dropping very low. Slark ripped through this fight. Naive destroying heroes left and right as the TA goes down and Snako goes down as well. And that's going to be 2 kills coming in for the Slark. Although Slark coming in, so they have the vision. They've got a sentry really far back. Slark now walks under it. Got to go in quick. He's going for the Bane. Seneko being hunted. The leash does connect. Meanwhile, the backline they blow up Slayer. Seneko on 15 HP, still surviving this one as Slark goes into the Earth Splitter and now comes out the Fiend's Grip as well, but he did actually manage to purge that one off. Seneko finally finished off. Oh, okay, it was the DK, but I think he had that going all the same. Now they stun up the Batrider and the Mel Strike comes through, finishing him off. And now there is a silence out onto Naive, but he does manage to kill it just about in time. Quick reactions and Shadow Blade away. And he'll be all right. Zayats, though, finds himself very much alone. Although Sailor, yep, okay, gets popped over. Popped over? Popped. And Navi, they take a pretty convincing fight in the mid lane as they take down 2 cores and only lose their Bane in response.
Good rotation. I felt like Seneko was a little bit too far forward, though, but I'm sure Navi don't mind as long as he's the only one that dies.
Yep, and did he buy back for that one, or is he just...
Oh, he just came back alive again.
So much damage coming back into him there. And now they'll keep him away with the adaptive strikes. Meanwhile, they get the TA really low, but he doesn't manage to find that pounce. Now he's got to be careful here as his Dart Pact and his Shadow Dance run out there.
Magical salves up here as well. They really want to carry on fighting here.
Long fight. Navi get back up to the high ground, playing defensive. They don't need this Roshan right now. They just need to defend it. So hitting their timings really nicely. And they do take a fairly convincing fight from it.
Still want to go into this Roche Pit, though. You want to keep No Pango around this Roche Pit, try and force them to be here. But Slark's bot now, without a TP, so
yep.
No Pango going to give this one up.
I think that's fair.
Yeah, I don't think they can contest it again. It's a difficult one around that Roche Pit, especially without the lasso. That was the, they nearly killed off Magical. It would have been a big kill for them, but yeah, with him getting away.
Line straight across. I mean, look at this line which they've drawn on Blizzy here, just saying, let's go take this jungle.
Yeah, they knew they weren't playing top side, so let's just start walking to the bot side.
Yep, Slayer goes in there. Actually going for a kill here. I'm not sure this is going to work out, though. The TP in from the Morphling. Chaos on from the Slark as well. Crystallize getting low. He's actually going to die here. He can't get off the top. And now the Slark going pretty crazy. He's got a lot of essence shift as he goes through 1, go through 2. Huge Soulbind going to keep them down. They're looking at Chuvash, but no, they want Magical. Round 2. The Stomp comes in. There is no Slark here. Now, with the Stampede, going to help Magical get out. Blizzy going for the TP, but of course they have the leash, and that cancels TPs now. And if you didn't know, then that was a stark reminder for Blizzy. They're not afraid to take some fights right now. Now they get the lasso straight away onto the Bane here, slightly out of position as Slark jumps in, immediately trying to take out Snaker, but he gets a sleep out onto himself, will be finished off. Meanwhile, Slayer popped off the background, but the Soulbind again onto 2, though the BKB is out from Magical, so not that good. Blizzy, Force-Staffed away, gonna stay alive for now. Naive, though, he's dropping low, and he doesn't have anything anymore as he's popped and taken care of. Meanwhile, Sailor on the high ground going for the TP out will be successful. So they do manage to escape on 2 of their heroes, but, well, despite us saying they were strong... Wisp? Oh. Okay.
Okay.
Not sure what he was still doing.
There are definitely some RNG parts of Dota, though, aren't there, that can favour teams, but, you know, that's just the way the game goes.
Sure, sure.
14k net worth advantage now for Navi in 28 minutes.
Yeesh. Doesn't feel too good to be a no Pangolier player right now. Pretty far behind.
Up in Navi.
Yeah.
They're looking for someone to try and defend this wave, just pick them off. Lincoln's onto Lincoln's onto the TA as well while she hits the buildings. Stops the DK stun, stops the lasso.
No Pangolier on their way back. Magical jumps in, doesn't go for the... He actually gets lassoed up and will be brought down under the tier 4 towers right now and finished up. He's going to come back into this game in a horrible position. They have to stop this blink. He doesn't have it. BKB, though, Stampede, and Magical is out scot-free somehow. And now Blink away as well. Getting very far back. The Aegis is gone. Sylar jumps forward. He does get this stun off. Dragon Tail out onto the Centaur Warrunner. Naive jump into the trees, finding Saneko there with an excellent snipe out onto the Bane. Meanwhile, they quickly turn around and blow up Zayat. And, well, Naive will finish off the Bane. Well. Yeah, Blizzy. Brought down on the high ground. That Centaur is made short work of by the Bat Rider and the Dragon Knight.
Why are we even here? I can't believe if we get to the game 5 of a final and it gets played on a different patch to the rest of the qualifiers. That's quite something.
Yeah, I'm not sure how that one's going to work. Have to consult the rule book on that one. Naive running very far forwards here. They have the vision. They don't have the vision for Naive as he's jumping in. They get the Soulbind off onto 2 and the double Dragon Tail doing so much for this fight. But now the BKB comes off with a disarm onto the TA. And now they'll use the lasso as well to just completely keep her still. The Esper doing a fair amount. Naive actually going to get blown up as the Maelstrike comes through. And Navi turn this one around and take down 4 heroes now looking for Ghostic as well. He gets onto the low ground, but the Bat Rider, he hasn't got much left in the tank as Blizzy jumps in and cleaves him in twain with the Centaur's mighty axe as Navi will clean up all 5 heroes and look to push through this bottom lane, take themselves a pair of racks and maybe a little bit more.
Yeah, it's so difficult to fight into this Elder Titan with the 4 points in natural order, though. He just wanders into the middle of the fight. You know, he's 2,000 HP. You can't really focus him down. You've got to take out Snako first. And
I mean, they were
there's just so much damage coming through with this amplified coming through from the natural order. The double edge from the Centaur, all this physical damage coming through from the TA and Crystallize on the Morph.
Yep, absolutely. And, you know, they dumped everything on, and that's just GG. They can't fight versus Mega Creeps. They know this. They know they won't be back in time, so they call it GG. We're going to a Game 5, and, well, we'll keep you informed on what's happening. Might be a little bit of a longer break than usual whilst everybody gets updated and into the game, but very exciting. Game 5. Not going to call whether it's going to be on a new patch or not just yet, but still